soy de lo tuyo, ya tú sabes, soy de lo tuyo, siento el orgullo dentro de mí, comenzando de ahí, salió este hit, salió este beat, pegándose así, rompiéndote el mix, tan fácil así, bailándolo así, tú sabes que sí, tú sabes que sí, tú sabes que I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy, tú sabes que you be the, yeah, I'm flow, tú sabes que can't get it, no, you know you won't, tú sabes que I got the sauce, tú sabes que
I'm saucy, I got the sauce. You deserve yeah, yeah, yeah. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are here in the building. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Pop, 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 pop. We inside, not outside.
Good morning, everybody.
Good. Say it again.
Good morning,
All right, there we go. There we go. Everybody's up and ready. Are you ready to rumble? Yeah, there we go. Well, good morning, everybody. Saucy and Friends in the morning. #1 for urban and Caribbean music. #1 for morning shows and all the things. What's that?
Politics and Processos, IG.
Oh. We'll come off of that very soon, very shortly.
Oh, we're on the wrong issue.
Our bad. But good morning, all of you beautiful people around the world. Good morning. And how are y'all doing?
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Quick check-in, Miss Tony. How you doing, honey pie?
I'm all right. Good morning. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? There's an echo.
Un echo. There is an echo. Do anything
now.
special last night? Anything going on? Tell us more. How about your day?
No, I didn't do anything special last night. My day was regular.
Regular day.
Yeah, nothing. I don't have anything great to report this
Wednesday morning.
This Wednesday
This
morning.
fine regular Wednesday morning. How about you, Rockstone Trismus?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm capping like crunchy.
What?
That means you lying a lot.
Capping like crunchy.
Don't that mean you telling a lot of lies? Is all
Yes,
that
it
capping?
do.
I don't know. Isn't that what's the name of the cereal? Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
There
Yep,
you go.
yep,
I'm crunching
yep.
like Captain. There you go. You like it? I like it.
Punching like capping.
No.
I mean capping like crunching.
Crunching like Captain.
Oh,
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way,
all
people,
right.
don't eat cereal. It's bad for your health.
It's so good.
It's bad for your health.
Somebody was telling me, one of my friends, he's really health conscious, like works out, He was like, I had to have some blueberries. Blueberries?
Blueberries.
I said, that is a box of sugar, sir.
Yeah.
Why are you eating that? He's like, I just had to have it. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Do you? Oh, well, let's stop. Let's park it right there. What is your guilty pleasure? That's something that everybody else will be like, the hell? But it's your particular guilty pleasure. What is it? Something that you have to have? I know Tristan is the goddamn Skittles.
Nerds.
Them little nerd Skittles. That is one of them, but
That's my new addiction is candy, the nerds gummy ropes. But I like my the pickles.
Yeah.
But the Spanish version, the encurtido.
Yeah.
Yes, I like
That's
that.
so funny because I think that would be mine. I love kimchi.
Yeah.
I buy a bag of it or the jar of it and I just go in with my spoon and just sit there and eat.
What's
I
kimchi?
like vinegary things.
It's
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. But I don't like pickles, but I like.
You like pickles?
I don't like pickles, so I wouldn't do. I do
It's so
pickled
weird.
cabbage, but I wouldn't do pickled onions.
Pickled cabbage, pickled onions. But she wouldn't do. She won't do pickles.
So the other day,
You like pickled onions? The red pickled onions.
No, No, I like to look at them, but I never actually put them on my food.
Oh, they are
Yeah.
so good.
I know, and every time, like especially when we go to Adelita's, you guys are so into the pickled onions, but I can't. Like I can't get into it. But if it was pickled cabbage, it could be in the same thing. But I just won't.
Yeah, she's.
I don't. It's very weird.
She's a super weird. But no, I do. I would get down on some kimchi and of course peanut M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms are like my thing. and they are always in my purse.
When you're a granny, that's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have little green.
Seriously, I mean, I was at the party the other night and was not having a good time. I just sat at the table and just pulled out my peanut M&Ms,
Happy.
and just ate them.
Your mic up a little. Yep.
And that was my thing. But peanut M&Ms, like even, like carnivals and, whenever we go away, I always got to have the peanut M&Ms on me. We were eating peanut M&Ms out of my pocket at Juve in Grenada.
I feel like I have a lot of little guilty pleasures, but I can't think of them any right now. What do I like?
You have a lot, but you can't think of any?
I think that's a wrong statement, but because I just be eating stuff like I don't have a go-to, like peanut M&Ms is one of mine too, but like I don't know what I would go to, like little things like Frosted Flakes. There it is. I love me some Frosted Flakes. I can eat Frosted Flakes just dry sitting next to me while I watch TV. Or I can eat them with milk cold, or I can eat it with milk hot. I just love Frosted Flakes. I just think that they're perfect little, snack.
Your stomach can still handle milk?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't drink milk.
Not like a glass of milk. Yeah, no.
Yeah, if I do drink a glass of milk, it's only with very special cookies that need to have a milk
and cookies.
A milk combination that goes with it. Like
I do milk, like milk and cereal, or peanut butter and jelly and milk, or brownie chocolate chip cookie with milk. But I'm not gonna just have a glass of milk.
Facts. I'm not gonna just have a glass of milk at all.
You sound like you just smoked a whole bunch.
I know. What about you guys in the comment sections? What are they saying in the comments? What do they?
Snickers
what are
bar cereal is healthy if you pour rum in it.
Oh,
okay. Wow. All right. I agree. Wanda said she loves pickled onions. I love Junior Mints and caramel creams. And
Junior Mints, really?
Caramel creams and Coca-Cola. How old are you?
Oh, no. Oh. You know what's good, though? Those white cheddar Cheez-Its and a Coca-Cola.
I lied.
That is a good snack.
Guilty pleasure, soda, period.
Really?
I love it. I think I was telling you the other day. I love it. 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 Love it. I don't feel good about saying that. But if I could get a shot of soda, if I could get a little sip of soda, if I get a little 2 gulps of soda, I'm good. I'll never give up on soda, and I don't care. I don't care. I love soda. I love it.
I have one of my friends, Father John. He drinks soda so obnoxious. The one can he could just. And then after he's done, girl.
And when he's drinking a bottle, does he stick the whole bottle in his mouth?
No. I don't pay attention to that part.
I hate that.
Nicole says she loves Oreo ice cream and has it and it has to be Brigham's. Oh, really? Okay. Yes. Okay.
Y'all remember the days Brigham's had a store?
Right there with Dunkin' Donuts in Mattapan Square. And that was the last one that held on for a long time.
We had the one by River Street, too.
Braintree Mall, Dedham Mall, Brigham's. Yeah, Brigham's.
Terrible. Boy, I remember the good old days. But anyhow, people, thank you guys for joining in that little impromptu conversation throughout the rest of the show. Just drop in the comment section. What is your guilty pleasure? Something that you know that others might be like, but you love it. You gotta have it. Love it.
Some kimchi now.
On to that too. Like, what is the one thing? I think we talked about this. What is the one thing that you have to do regardless of whether you have money or not? Like, you will make time to find. You will find the money for this thing.
I just smoke my weed. I go find my money for my weed.
Nails. My nails. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't have any. I know Tony does her things, and I'm trying to get back to that eyelash and stuff like that. But my nails have to be done.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't care how broke I am. I can have zero money.
Yeah.
Please, somebody send me money for my nails, or else I cannot function. I can't function.
My nails are gonna get done. That's what it is.
Period.
My lashes, I might have 2 lashes in, and that's all right. But is my nails done? Okay. That's what matters to me most is my nails, and to the point where that might be a little obsession. Because that has to be done.
Yep. I feel you.
If I meet a woman and she doesn't have like her nails done, I judge.
Me too.
I judge.
I once canceled a date Because my nails weren't done.
I always do that. I'd be like, you don't get your nails done?
Yeah.
And I do.
I judge women.
I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
judge women.
I remember
really-
one girl, she used to be always, oh, my nails are so healthy. Yeah, but they're unshaped and they're ugly. At least go get a very basic manicure. Like, you can't be out here boasting with all of these nails all up and... Come on, bro. Just think more of yourself. You talk with your hands.
If you knew better, you do better.
Exactly.
And that's all women across the board. Like a nice manicure, a good-looking hand is very much something that a woman should have. It's it's such a feminine statement to have your nails done. I love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anyways, people, now that we've officially crossed over the line, let's get this show started. Spark FM, Saucy and Friends in the Morning officially starts right now.
You're listening to Spark FM online. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Tues.
The all-new Spark FM.
What is this, Doctor? This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right. Let's take a look.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Boom. Ba-da-da-dee, ba-da-ba-dee, beep, beep, boom. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, boom.
Yeah.
Oh. Ba-chidi-dee, ba, beep, boop, diddy-dee, biddy-dee, ba, ba-da-da-da-do, oh. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, people, how y'all
It's
doing
always good to
today?
get a little Tourette's in the morning. Little dose of Tourette's.
A little dose of Tourette's. Yes, good morning. Today is, what is today? What are we looking at when it comes to today? Today is January the 22nd, January 22nd. It is Wednesday, and according to Mike Nice, it is Where's the Heat Wednesday? Where is the Heat Wednesday? It's going to be a high of 22 degrees. Currently, it's about 7. Was it? Oh no! It's 12 right now. It's 12. Today, when I was out walking the dog, it was 7. He lasted about 3 minutes because he was like, "Oh, wait, hold on, give me a second. Put on my boots, please."
You could see Sparkle in his boots. The baby got chaps. Oh my goodness!
It's suspenders.
It's suspenders boots.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh! And he just be walking and walking.
He is. That boy loves his boots. Look, Tristan. Look at my baby's boots.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Stepping.
Send it to me.
But today, like, it was so sad because his little paws was just lifting up. He was limping at one point. I had to pick him up under my arm and bring him back home because I was like, oh, the little baby, he cannot walk. But yes, it is 12 right now, so it's hot. Mainly sunny, very cold, high 22 degrees, winds in the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it is, it's cold. It's just regular cold. It is cold as hell. If there's no reason for you to be outside, then I just suggest that you just don't be outside because ain't no purpose in that. That's it.
Okay.
No, I was trying to see it feels like. It doesn't have a feels like because I guess it can't feel like nothing if it's 12, right?
7.
There's no difference between 7 and 12. There's no difference between 1 to 15. 1 degrees to 15 degrees is the same degrees. It's cold as shit.
I concur.
But let's get into the news, the round the way news, the news that is happening, in your immediate proximity. Monumental error. Mass owes the feds $2.1 billion.
Damn.
Massachusetts is in trouble for PPP loan. Boy, I tell you, it's a damn shame when a whole entire state took advantage of the PPP. Massachusetts must pay the federal government $2.1 billion over the next decade after the Baker administration mistakenly used federal pandemic funds to cover unemployment benefits, officials said on Monday.
What? That's messed up.
What?
That's a mess.
That was so on point. What?
Yeah.
Here's the clip.
A settlement with the Labor Department in connection to misused federal funds. $2 billion from the state's unemployment insurance trust fund will be used to pay back the government over the course of 10 years. This comes after a 2023 audit revealed the state used $2.5 billion in federal money to pay out unemployment benefits during the pandemic instead of using state funds.
How?
So who manages that? Whose job is that?
Whose job is what?
Whose job is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, two things. How did you make that large amount of mistake? And number two, wasn't the pandemic relief money for employees that needed relief? So how is that? How they make the mistake? What is the mistake?
How the mistake went that big?
To 2.1 billion?
Yeah, like what is that?
Did they have a separate pool of money somewhere that they were supposed to pay for the unemployment and they decided to use their PPP loan? And this Massachusetts got to go to jail. And you know who likes this right now? Donald Trump. Donald Trump loves to know that Massachusetts, who he hates, owes $2.1 billion to him.
I wake up this morning, Donald Trump on my television, saying all kind of foolishness.
Oh, like how you federal workers better get your ass back to work.
Talking about how you got to turn the valve over, get the water pumping back to California this way. And I'm like, what is this dude talking about?
Well, that is going to be our reality for the next 4 years. That is what's going to happen.
That's what's
We're
happening.
We're going to turn on the news and see Donald Trump talking ish.
Last night, what did he? Yeah, he told everybody that got hired in a DEI position is now on leave or on notice that they got to leave their positions.
Yeah.
You firing qualified people because they're black or they're a different color than white? That's crazy.
What is that? What exactly is he saying there, though?
He's saying that if you had a job working for Meta and DEI for the people who are done. No. So it's so right now it is overwhelming that the percentage of people of color that are accepted into jobs and high positions are overly ran by white people, sometimes not even qualified white people. Okay. What DEI is there to say, if there's an applicant pool of the same qualifications of people, you can't skip over them because of your own biases. You have to give these people equal right to this job. So you can't hire your nephew because he's white when somebody else who is black happens to be good enough for the job. So if you got hired in your job that way because you were qualified, you checked all the boxes, but you hired because your job had a low threshold for diversity, you're now fired, even though you're probably more qualified than most of the people working in there.
So is that something that is stated, or is it just an understanding?
No, the understanding of the DEI is that's what it was meant to be, to equal the playing field, to make sure that people's, biases don't prevent them to get a job.
So they claim that racism doesn't exist, but then they're saying that this is racist.
Exactly. So these DEI efforts were put into place because these statistics are overwhelming. So just like, let's say, grants and stuff like that, or VC funding that comes from, the companies that invest in these people all these millions of dollars. The percentage of VC funding that goes towards minority-owned businesses is 2%. Of 100%, it's 2%. So what they did was open diversity that said that you guys just can't give all the money to the white people. You have to look at businesses that are equal to what they're doing, and you have to invest in them. But they're like, no. So the conservatives was like, when you guys have these grants and these investment opportunities just for black people, you're taking away the privilege of the white people. So we need that to go away. So what they're saying is that, yeah, just because you're black and qualified doesn't mean that you deserve this job. So now Donald Trump is saying, if you're black and you're qualified and you still got this job because of the diversity arrangement or quota that you were supposed to have, you are now fired and you got to go somewhere and find another job that hires you just off of the fact that you have a good name.
And can he say that?
Yeah. He just did.
He did it.
He signed an executive order that said that
Yeah.
anybody who was hired, if a company wants to fire them, they are legally allowed to
If
do
the
that.
company wants. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
They-
so lost
yeah.
in that I don't know what it was. But I think it was just him like addressing the news, the media,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, this is what we're really doing right now. And he's whatever. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. So Rochelle made it DEI is, and it's also just not about race. I made it about race just to make it easier. But like if you need a wheelchair, somebody could be like, yeah, you are qualified, you're overqualified, but because you're in a wheelchair, I'm gonna give it to the white boy over here who's not in a wheelchair, who might not be as qualified as you. She said it's also not enough women in your field. That's DEI. If you are a woman and you get hired to another position because you need to fill a quota, even though I am very, very well, like people think that you have to be not qualified, but I've seen people put it in the context of like a doctor. You can't be underqualified as a doctor. You have to go through the same exact education, the same exact test, the same exact field opportunities, all of those things. So why would you think that because I'm black, I'm unqualified to be this doctor in this hospital? So you're gonna go over here and handle and hire Ken because he's white, and you probably think that he's better because he's white and he has a better education.
So basically, eliminating DEI just means that you can just hire white people.
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's
literally.
It's getting rid of affirmative action, all that. It's just erasing everything and just going back to white folk.
Yep, that's the way. I was watching something. What was I watching yesterday? It was white people explaining why they want to do away with DEI, and it was this white guy explaining it to I forget who the black gentlemen were.
I'm gonna find them.
But yeah, it's just really sad. It's really, really sad. But let's get into.
I saw. You know, they always ask on the inauguration or whatever. They ask people, you know, questions. They like to go out there with the camera crew and ask the Republicans questions. And they said, "What do you think about Martin Luther King not being here?" I said, "Yeah, he should be here, man. He should be here. It's disrespectful of him not to be here."
Oh,
All right.
they want Martin Luther King to be here for the inauguration.
Okay. That's what we're doing.
Oh wow, that's a different kind of stupid. But okay.
Made me tired.
So Massachusetts must pay the federal government $2.1 billion, and we owe the people. Longtime federal prosecutor Leah B. Foley sworn in as U.S. attorney in Massachusetts. Foley, who previously served as assistant U.S. attorney, was sworn into her new role on Tuesday afternoon, one day after her appointment of U.S. attorney by acting general attorney James McHenry. She replaces former U.S. attorney Joshua Levy, who stepped down from his role on Friday. Foley has more than 2 decades of experience as a federal prosecutor within the Department of Justice, according to a statement released on Tuesday from the U.S. Attorney's Office. I can think of no greater mission than that of a public service, and it is an honor of a lifetime to now serve in the capacity of U.S. Attorney. I am profoundly humbled by the opportunity to serve our great nation as the chief federal law enforcement officer in Massachusetts, Foley said in a statement. I believe she takes Rachel Rollins' job.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, it was that DEI job, do boy. That was a black job. All
of them. All the black people that messed up, because there were a whole lot of Democrats that messed up in their positions, and all those roles are going back to white people.
So what was Trump making such a big deal about the black jobs for, to just eliminate all the black jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly. Because Trump thought that the black jobs were, picking cotton and cleaning bathrooms and stuff. Those is what he identified as black jobs. These big position jobs were never black jobs for you guys to even think that you should be a part of.
Did you see Trump in church and
Yeah, but I don't know the validity.
They said that she always takes her chance to address Trump.
I thought they said that the video was edited and was 2 different crowds. No?
No. Did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I heard what
Okay.
she said. Yes.
They said it
I'm
was
saying
everybody.
that I thought they
I thought that
photoshopped.
was at Jimmy Carter's funeral. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the people were there, right?
Yeah, well, they were all at the inauguration too. So was this at the inauguration or was this at the
That wasn't at the inauguration.
Donald? So go to
No.
the first one.
This is I think they just spoke to her actually. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, that's why I said I don't know where the origin or if that video is completely correct.
No, it's correct.
Okay.
That was the bishop of the church, and she absolutely said that to Trump. Here we go.
Quote, have mercy. The Episcopal Bishop of Washington pleading with President Trump to show compassion towards undocumented immigrants and the LGBTQ community today. A dramatic moment coming during her sermon at today's National Prayer Service. I'm going to speak to the bishop in just a moment, but first, so everyone can understand exactly what happened, I want to play for you the moment.
It was
and
a great
show you at the same time on
sermon.
the screen
Can we see
the
it?
president's reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Let me make one final plea,
She got it.
Mr. President.
Yeah.
Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday,
Yeah, I want if people looking at the screen, pay attention to Donald Trump's family.
The whole
faces.
family.
Yeah.
you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
See Tiffany, the little ugly one?
All right, Reverend Marianne Edgar Buddy, the Bishop at Washington National Cathedral, is now out front. And Bishop, I appreciate your time and your tone there, so serious and genuine. You see him, he's stone-faced, he then looks down, but he's listening to every word you say. As you made that personal plea to him, what were you looking at him in that
Let me see if I
moment?
can
What kind of
find-
response were you perhaps hoping for in that moment?
I was looking at the president because I was speaking directly to him. I was also, let me make
this is
one final plea,
This is the actual statement.
Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God.
Look like Satan and his kids.
In the name of our
Which one is
God,
Tiffany?
The
I
one that's
ask
right
you
behind Melania, the super blonde one.
to have mercy upon the
With the
people
like a
face?
nugget, yeah.
in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and
the one
transgender
right
children
next to her?
in
Isn't
If
that
these
Ivanka?
people, hold on, y'all gotta let the people watch it. But if these people don't look evil as hell, they don't look evil to y'all.
I mean, this is quite rather long and slow.
It's,
But
no,
go
it's
ahead.
like, just real quick. It's like
and
30 seconds.
transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives.
J.D.
And the
Vance's
people.
face.
The people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have
big
mercy,
daughter?
Mr. President, on those in our communities.
That's not her next to Tiffany?
No, Ivanka.
Oh, that's not
Ivania.
her?
Is that her? I have no idea who these people
I
are.
still don't know who the people are.
Who is all of these is his kids? How many kids he got?
3, right?
No, he has...
How many?
Four?
He has Eric, Don Jr., Bishop, Tiffany, and Ivanka. 5.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Go back. Go back to the picture
Oh.
of these people. Why you take it off when we trying to figure out who the children are? God damn it. So 5 kids, 3 baby mamas.
Yep.
And the ones behind him were all the were the two girls,
I
or
thought
one
that
of them was the wife.
One of them was Tiffany. Her mother is Marla Maples, who's one of his ex-wives.
We got to see pictures. I don't know what you are posting. So let me see. Okay.
She's the one with the stupid face that you were talking
stupid
about.
face.
She's the one that
Okay.
I'm always talking about is ugly.
Oh,
Stupid
she's
face Tiffany. She was
Yeah.
the one that was sitting a little back, not
Yeah.
behind a little one time.
to the cat corner.
So then the other one was the Eric's wife or or Junior's wife. I don't know which one is Eric and Junior.
Janet said her comments were valid, but wasn't proper time to be given. Janet, that was the most proper
Janet,
time.
when was the proper time to give
That was that. You put that man on Front Street.
Janet, when would have
Air
been
it
the
out.
better time to do that?
JD Vance looking stupid on camera.
JD Vance looked like he looked really
He did
upset.
not like
and,
that.
And Trump looked like he was going to immediately call her a B after they get off of there. She going in the sofa.
What did you
They
call
asked him-
Barron?
They got on camera and they asked him what he thought about the service. He was like, "Oh, it wasn't very."
Yeah, he was like, it was
I
kind
don't
of
like
boring,
it.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so go back to that picture. Sorry, one more time. I'm just trying to. This is my personal thing. So Barron. Okay, Ivanka was not there because
Oh,
I
she
didn't
was
see
not
her.
there?
No.
Okay.
And then there's Donald Jr. and Eric. So Eric is the one who. Are they twins?
No, Eric is the stupid one.
Eric is the one that looks like a more
Dirt.
like a Grim Reaper-ish.
Yeah.
So he was the one that was sitting behind Donald then, I guess, in that
I
thing.
can't see the picture.
I don't know. Well, I actually don't care. I guess that's where we at. I don't. But that sermon was great. I agreed. Two brothers indicted for stealing nearly $200,000 from Boston Bank in daytime heist. Oh, where they at? A former bank teller and his brother.
Yeah, those are the ones we were talking about. We talked about before.
We called it an inside job,
Yeah,
didn't we?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. A former bank teller and his brother indicted for robbing Energy Credit Union. Let me read this. A former bank teller and his brother have been indicted for the September robbery of the Energy Credit Union in West Roxbury, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Janelle, 29, and Justin, 33, both of Brockton, were each indicted on one count of conspiracy and one count of larceny from a credit union. The brothers were arrested and charged by criminal complaint in December after state law authorities arrested both brothers on the night of the robbery, on September 24th, which happens to be the best day of the entire year. The brothers are accused of stealing $197,000 from the Energy Credit Union, where one of the brothers worked as a teller. According to the charging documents, on September 24th, best day of the year, Janelle arranged for a large cash deposit to be stored in a section of the vault that he could access. Janelle then allegedly arranged for his brother Justin to stage a robbery, passing Janelle a note demanding money. When Justin passed the note to the brother, Janelle allegedly bypassed his bank teller cash drawer, went straight to the vault, and loaded nearly $200,000 in a bag he retrieved himself before delivering it to the robber, Levy said. Oh, boy.
Do you think they were in trouble with the cartel or something? What do you think?
Busted and
don't
charges
even
in
know.
connection with a bank robbery in West Roxbury. Investigators say the holdup was an inside job. Let's go to 7's Laura Casey.
I don't know why people think they smarter than us.
Details for us
This
this
is
evening.
so weird to me.
In a bold robbery, prosecutors say that a bank teller was found with a large amount of money from the bank behind me. Money they say that his brother helped him steal. A brazen bank robbery involving two brothers from Brockton, now charged with stealing nearly $200,000 from this Boston bank. Police say it happened Tuesday here at the Energy Credit Union in West Roxbury. 28-year-old Janelle Flowerny and 32-year-old Justin Flowerny are now charged with larceny over $1,200 and conspiracy. Prosecutors say the brothers planned out the heist together. On Tuesday, Janelle, who works as a teller, told police a man approached the window and demanded money. Court paperwork says Flowerny stated the suspect began writing a demand note stating, "Hand it over." Investigators
he wrote it
say
in the
that's
store?
when Flowerny headed towards the main vault and handed over more than $197,000 to his brother, going against bank protocol and raising eyebrows from bank management. Investigators got to work. After Janelle left the bank, they followed him to his home in Brockton, where investigators observed what appeared to be clothing inside the grill, and the clothing began burning. On Wednesday, law enforcement executed a search warrant and found large amounts of cash in the home the brothers share. The two are now being held on $10,000 bond and ordered to stay away from the bank.
These Negroes thought they was BMF because they got that last name.
Flaunery.
Y'all are just bad MFers. Y'all ain't
all the obvious questions that we all have, like exactly what did you think was going to be the actual outcome of this? Like you was gonna say, oh my God, somebody robbed us, and then they were just never gonna find the person.
I don't know I don't think that they thought this through, and they did. They put some thought into it. You see how they burnt the clothes, he stored the money before, and da-da-da-da-da. But I don't think they was thinking with the right brain.
See, in my head, I probably would have took out a chunk of the money and put it in my teller thing, and then have him do the teller. But no, I wouldn't have done it.
No, but the thing is, like, let's do a fun activity.
Okay.
How would you actually do this crime, right?
With your brother, with your sibling working in the bank.
With your sibling working in the bank. Wouldn't it be smarter to just be like, let's do this a little bit at a time?
Yeah.
Instead of giving him almost $200,000 one time. Then you're going to take it to the home that you guys share. You don't want to plan to have...
Oh, they shared a home too? I missed that part.
They lived together.
Oh, wow.
You didn't want to take it to a warehouse that you had rented out before time?
Bury it in the ground in your grandmother's old neighborhood? Like
Piece
you don't want to do...
Put some here and some there. Y'all going to take all of it to one place? The place that y'all live at together?
Did you not think that they was going to investigate the employees as well? Did that never cross your mind? Like, what was the story that he told? Yeah, they came in and they wrote me a note, and I went all the way to the back vote to get the money, and they be like, oh, then why didn't you just give them the money out of your teller machine? Oh, because he said he wanted $200,000, so I wanted to give him what he wanted. What?
Exactly.
Pamela said, let's not incriminate ourselves and give anybody any ideas.
There's not even any ideas to give to anybody, because why would you do that?
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
It's just so stupid.
And I feel like we watched enough movies to know that unless you are like Nicolas Cage in the Italian Job.
No, unless you're Clive Davis in The Inside Man, when they build you into the walls.
Say that.
Is it Clive Davis? Is that his name? Clive, whatever his name is.
Not Clive.
Denzel
Clive Davis
Washington
owns a record label.
Or Clive, whoever. They put him in the wall and built him into the wall.
What's his name?
Clive something.
What's his name for Boston did that? Whitey Bulger. That's where they found his money in Texas. All his money was in the wall. But real quick, there's a movie called Masterminds, and there's also a documentary called Evil Genius. They're both based off of actual bank robberies that happened. You guys have to watch Evil Genius and then watch Masterminds. They're hilarious. But yeah.
Funny.
Charles Ferguson?
No, Inside Job movie.
I was looking at keeping it moving while she looks that up. Trial begins for Patriot safety Jabril Peppers in assault.
Clive Owen, yes, that's him.
So he's been accused of stress. So a broken water main delayed the trial Wednesday for the New England Patriots safety Jabril Peppers, who accused of assaulting his girlfriend. Peppers, who was arrested in October and charged with assault, strangulation, and possession of drugs after an altercation with his girlfriend at his Braintree apartment, was scheduled to appear in Quincy District Court. Officials said a water main broke. Blah blah blah. Peppers was accused of putting his hand on the woman's neck and smashing her head against the wall before he allegedly pushed her down the stairs after an argument. Well, he was very upset with her. The woman refused to go to the hospital and was treated at the apartment for her injuries. Peppers were taken to the Braintree police station, where an officer found a clear plastic bag containing a white powder substance inside Peppers' wallet. Police then questioned about the substance. Pepper said it's cocaine. At the time of his arraignment, Peppers' attorney said videotape evidence sheds real doubt on the accusations. Peppers, who signed with the Patriots in 2022 and was a captain of the team, was originally drafted by Cleveland in 2017 and spent 2 seasons with the Browns before playing for the New York Giants.
This morning. Now, Jabril Peppers was arrested back in October outside his Braintree home and was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and possession of a Class B substance believed to be cocaine. It all stems from an October incident when Braintree police went to Peppers' Braintree apartment. Peppers' girlfriend telling police the 29-year-old choked her, smashed her head against a wall, and pushed her down the stairs. The woman refused to go to the hospital and was treated at the apartment for her injuries. Now Peppers has pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him, and his jury trial is set to begin at 9 this morning. Reporting live in Quincy, Matt Reed, WCVB.
Yeah. You strangled her and then pushed her down the stairs.
It's cocaine.
And then she went back. She didn't even go to the hospital. So the video surveillance is what got his behind. Oh wait, is it? Because how they was called?
That could say a lot too. The reason, like for her not going to the hospital because she might be intimidated by him.
Scared, yeah. Who pushes somebody down the stairs? I don't feel like that's a nice thing to do. It's very mean.
These whack.
The MBTA warns of potential delays due to extreme cold. The Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority warned customers Wednesday that there may be delays due to the extreme cold. Commuter rails trains may operate at a reduced speed. I thought we got done with our slow zones. Commuter rail trains may operate at a reduced speed for several locations across the network, the MBTA said. Computers are urged to allow for extra travel time during really cold times. The T said it is ready to address impacts which may include cracked rails, downed trees, and ice buildup. Arctic air is lingering across Massachusetts, plummeting temperatures in Boston in the single digits. The cold temperatures forced schools in Worcester to open on a 2-hour delay, and all Head Start programs are canceled, Worcester Public Schools said.
Dang. So what? They need 2 hours, to heat up the school?
Because the schools got bad heating systems.
Yeah.
I've been in Boston public schools when I was younger, man. And when it get cold, it get cold. Yeah.
Remember during COVID, that was one of the big things too, is that the ventilation and the stuff inside the Boston public schools is crazy.
One of the schools had to have the windows open during the cold one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
There was a man shot to death on Ridgewood Street.
Where's that?
Ridgewood?
In Dorchester. There was a man shot in the abdomen on Mildred Haley at the Mildred Haley Apartments last night as well.
Where's that?
Huh?
Where's that?
That is on Heath and Walden Streets in Jamaica Plain.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Oh, somebody died.
Yeah, the first guy on Mildred. What street it was?
Ridgewood.
Yeah, he died. The police are investigating a shooting in Dorchester on Tuesday, which left one man dead. Police said the shooting occurred just before 7:30 p.m. on 73 Ridgewood Street in Dorchester. I'm reading from your thing, Tristan. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. He later died at the hospital. Kraft to announce run for Boston mayor next month. Political reports Josh Kraft will announce his running for mayor against Michelle Wu this fall. What issues does he stand on? Guess we'll find out next month. If nothing else, this is Adam. It sets up an interesting dynamic around soccer, since Kraft's family is, of course, hankering to build a soccer stadium in Everett. If he opposes Wu's plan to build a soccer stadium and high school sports except for football stadium. Wait, the footballers can't use the soccer field?
No,
the footballers can't use the soccer field in White Stadium?
Yeah, because I'm not sure, but probably because of the turf.
But the Revolution plays at Gillette.
Yeah, and why we gonna put turf that we can't? It's a soccer field. The same turf that's gonna be mushed up is gonna be the same turf with football.
Does he lives in Boston? Don't you have to?
He just bought a house in Massachusetts or Boston or something like that.
He has to live in Boston in order to be the mayor of Boston.
He probably just bought one.
That's what they said.
That's one of them things that you could just. I'm Kraft. I can buy buy Dorchester.
They said they were waiting for him to buy his house.
Yep, and now, boy, I tell you. What stadium in Franklin Park would be doing, is because he really cares about the issues raised by nearby residents or because he wants to dump up more business for the family stadium in Everett. Similarly, can Wu raise issues about the Everett Stadium when it would be built by her main opponent, not the Ed Flynn isn't running. Ed Flynn is not running. We know that Josh Kraft is running now, or he's going to announce his his campaign. Wu is going to run again.
Will his DEI foolishness affect her?
Okay, so Josh Kraft is an American nonprofit executive who is the head of Kraft Family Philanthropist and board chairman of the National Urban League's Eastern Massachusetts chapter.
Really?
Oh, really?
Wow.
For the last 12 years, he served as the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club Boston chapter.
Really?
Kraft is son of Robert Kraft, owner.
He's been working. He's been building up. Aye.
But I get scared with situations like this because, name recognition is a thing. And it seems like we're becoming a country that is ran by oligarchy. And,
the Patriots aren't doing well, so people will be like, we ain't there because the Patriots aren't doing well.
The Patriots have to do well. It has a history.
I'm just saying, you're talking about name recognition and this social media impact on things. Joe Rogan is determining the president.
Yeah.
So things like that, people certainly would be like, the Patriots ain't even doing well, so I'm not voting for him. That's how foolish we have become in this country.
I've heard good things. I don't know too much about him. I've heard some really, really great things about all of the work that he's been doing with organizations in here. I also don't necessarily think philanthropy makes a good leader. So, I feel like this one is going to come down to the issues. A lot of people do love Wu, but a lot of people do not like her at the same time. Like you said, name recognition is pretty big, and we're in Massachusetts. We love a good name. We love a good name. So
family still love it.
Yeah, buddy. Yep. I don't know.
Pastor Troy 246 is running for president.
The father nigga rascal.
We're gonna write you in.
I'm telling you, it's very scary out here. But Ed Flynn is not running, so it's gonna be interesting in the next couple of months.
I wonder why he's not.
Because Ed Flynn is too controversial. I think he get more done on making noise in the city council than he would get done being the mayor, because you got to pipe down with all of that foolishness, and you too far over there. So I don't know. Let's go to this and see what he's saying. Let's see what Mr. Kraft is saying.
Their community for the good. But there's no overlooking Josh Kraft now that he's challenging Mayor Wu, a political juggernaut who topped the citywide ticket for at-large councilor twice and racked up a landslide win over Anissa Asaibi-George to win the mayoralty.
Michelle has not led on the reforms that are necessary.
Having an 8% increase in the budget is not sustainable any longer.
City Councilor Ed Flynn, who considered running against Wu himself, says she could be vulnerable on several issues, like the failed effort to raise commercial property taxes to make up for looming budget shortfalls caused by the pandemic-era collapse of downtown office occupancy rates.
Boston needs to be disciplined, fiscally disciplined and responsible, and that's what I'm going to be looking for in the next mayor.
They make decisions downtown that affect us, but they don't include us.
And Flynn sees voter anger over an abandoned Wu plan to move a popular Roxbury exam school across town to a mostly white neighborhood, and her ongoing push to share city-owned White Stadium in Franklin Park with a pro sports franchise.
The Boston electorate, they're looking for positive leadership. They're looking for not sound bites. They're looking for respect. City government has not provided that to them. Josh Kraft listens well. I think he knows the city. I think he's going to engage residents.
Okay, this has been floating out there for a while. It has been 76 years since an incumbent lost for Boston mayor.
Yeah.
Those are long odds. Can Josh Kraft beat those odds?
Well, of course, that was James Michael Curley. I was just a young man then, Lisa, but that was Curley. He was beaten by John Hines, for whom the convention center is named. Curley, however, was fresh out of jail.
Me either.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. That's a good piece of information, Mr. Keller at large. I love him.
Me too.
And then last but not least, we gonna see. What I do get scared of is people like other big name recognition like Flynn, teaming up with Josh Kraft to help promote him. So now we have powerhouse brand names, like getting
trust.
the whatever. And then we do also know that fundraising is a big part of this too. Can Michelle raise the amount of money that the Kraft campaign will make in order to get that promotion and stuff out there?
That's hard.
So it's gonna come down to the presidency. And these two are completely polar opposites than Kamala and Trump. But it's gonna come down to the money and who gets the most marketing and who makes the most noise. At least she has her incumbent position to hold her down and solidify her. But that money, boy.
Money talks.
Yep. And then last but not least, Boston is making a historic $44 million investment in Blue Hill Ave. It is happening, people. It is happening. They are marketing it. They are letting you guys know what's going on, so you won't be surprised. Neighborhoods joined city teams at community meetings to share what they want to see and to help shape the redesign, prioritizing safety, reliable transit, and new amenities for a now vibrant small business corridor. Yeah, so let's go to this little clip. It's one of the first marketing promotion and pushes that they're putting. And they really went out with this, with really kind of expressing why it was important to do this the way that they are doing it.
But when it comes to crossing Blue Lab, it's cross. It's cross to get to the other side real quick.
I think it's... Let's start that over. I think you started in the
School
middle.
teacher was killed.
Let me see how you do that.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go.
In need of a design, waiting for the 45 is waiting 45 minutes.
PCA happens to be very slow or it may not even show up on time.
I've seen ambulances get stuck, fire trucks get stuck, behind buses, behind whatever.
In my neighborhood, sometimes I hear a siren, but then I just keep hearing it because it's stuck in traffic. One place that doesn't happen is when there's a bus lane. They can just take the empty lane that's ready for the rapid transit. It could be your heart attack.
But when it comes to crossing Blue Lab, it's cross. It's cross to get to the other side real quick.
I think a school teacher was killed, like at Walk Hill Ave. There's a lot of danger points, and we can make them safer.
Parking has always been an issue for Blue Hill Ave, especially the double parking. But it seems like this plan, it's 90% of the parking is going to remain the same.
I cycle just to get to work. What I would like to see with Blue Hill is more protected bike lanes.
My daughter is 6 and she bikes heavily, so we plan to use the bike lanes more as long as they're protected.
The lack of greenery in the environment could have a drastic impact, and so adding some of these green roofs and adding solar panels and adding the sustainability features is going to definitely benefit people.
We can't have our roadways flooded because then everything stops, so we need to plan for the future. We can actually do some best practices around traffic calming, around making the city safer. I've seen a lot of positive changes.
I think once it's done, you're definitely going to see a lot of benefits.
This will really help with moving around the city.
I don't know. Catherine says, but how can customers support new and existing businesses on Blue Hill Ave if there's nowhere to park?
They have the review. You can go online and check it out. A lot of the parking that, like they said, 90% of the parking is remaining. It's just set up differently. So I don't mind the design. It's out there for everybody to see. You guys can go on the city's website and literally they have like a virtual something. You can see the old and the new and check out the changes. But hey.
Have you been convinced any further, Miss Tony?
No.
Is there anybody in the comment section that is like gung-ho on it with no reservations, like go Boston, go? Or is everybody still a little bit apprehensive? We know that it's coming, so there's nothing we can do about it but to understand the changes and to start paying attention to what the changes are, so we're not surprised when they do happen. But you know,
I said there's gonna be mad traffic in front of.
One thing I like about it is that this will help a struggling community.
What?
Get a little inkling of unity.
By being upset
By
together,
slowing it down. Period. Slowing the city down. Period.
Explain to me.
It's going to people. You're gonna have to slow down.
So how is that going to be community?
How
is that unity?
You're gonna have to slow. You have to take in. When you slow down, you take in.
Take in what?
The environment around you. You take in the environment. You look. You talk to people. You take in. That's what I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I'm hoping that people are gonna be. I'm hoping that these are gonna be talking points. People are gonna go outside. There's gonna be a little more greenery. You're gonna see kids and they're trying to make it a family avenue. if there is such a thing, a family-friendly avenue.
Okay. Evan said, no, it won't.
And that was my first reaction.
I'm trying.
That's not how it goes. But okay. I don't know what to do because we gonna figure. What we gonna do is we gonna figure it out. Like we figured out everything.
I appreciate you trying to look on the bright side, though. I'm not happy about it. I don't feel good about it at all. I think it's just going to be a mess. And I really wish that I could see what the other side sees or feels the way that the people with a different opinion than mine feel about the situation. But I really, really do not think that it's a good idea. I genuinely, in my heart, don't think that it's a good idea.
If you could have had a different way of doing things, what would you do?
I think that eliminate the double parking. I think that definitely is a really, really big problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the buses having no big time problem right now the way that they're going. I don't see it. So I don't understand what the center bus. I just don't
certain
get
parts
it.
of it that there's certain parts of the Ave there'll probably be heavy traffic that they'll get caught up in.
Yeah,
I know from Eggleston to Seaver Street, that was always a big problem. Now the buses have that lane, so they don't really get caught up now no more. But I used to be on that bus for 40 minutes.
So I think that is the biggest thing is the amount of time
Right.
that people spent on the buses was pretty long. Like you
that's-
on there for a long time.
I think I'm seeing things from someone who is not a pedestrian. That's right. I got my car. I'm driving now. I'm seeing it from somebody who is a driver. It doesn't do anything for me as a driver. If I were a commuter, if I were a walker, then that would definitely be, maybe okay. Then I could see it, but I just cannot see it as somebody who drives a car.
Yep. And that's the one piece of the conversation that I just don't hear enough about is we are accommodating all transportation, but it seems like we're not accommodating. I mean, is that DEI?
I don't know. Where's
like
Rochelle?
if cars are white people, and now all of these efforts to diversify the transportation with walking and biking and stuff like that. The trans community. Yeah. So now they're coming in and they're like, oh, we want a piece of the pie too. And the cars are like, nah. We want to own the road and y'all take the sidewalk where you belong. But the other transportation was like, nah, we want to take some of the road too. So this is DEI efforts in the transportation system. And Donald Trump just said there's no more of that. So reverse it. Executive order.
Passes blunt. Passes blunt because what?
And that is our Around the Way news. We're going to commercial break.
One thing I will say is that all this stuff has been planned out. Janice said they aren't creating bus lanes in the clear communities.
Yeah,
they are.
They are trying to turn the city into a clear community. If y'all don't see it.
Exactly.
If y'all do not see that they're putting these 50 unit, 60 unit, 70 unit, 7-story, whatever, it ain't for black folk.
No.
It's to come and take away y'all vote because naggers don't vote.
Yeah.
They come in and they flushing us out.
This is irresponsible journalism.
Yeah.
Just let me stop.
He ain't lying.
No, he ain't lying. You ain't never tell a lie.
This is what we need to tell our people.
But this is
urban renewal,
nigga removal.
But I don't even have, like, I can't even
No,
devil
that's
advocate it.
it.
Like,
Keep it
I'm really
funky.
trying to figure
Keep it
out
funky,
how
keep it a buck.
I
No.
can do it.
People, you have to say it like this because this is what lights a fire on their asses. Like, people have to hear it and see it like this because they don't see it no other way.
So is there
Niggas
no
ignorant.
benefit?
They don't
Like
care.
in the video that we just showed, we saw a lot of black people that obviously live in these communities saying that they're for it. So is there some validity to these people's problems?
No.
There's not.
They do not represent for the average black person living in Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan. You heard that lady say her daughter bikes a lot. Ain't nobody's children
First
from
of all,
Dorchester, Roxbury.
she said her 6-year-old bikes a lot, and I said, in the bike lanes?
Exactly.
Where the baby going in the bike lanes on Blue Hill Ave, ma'am?
Exactly. So those people, somebody in here said where they find these people from. Those people do not represent me. Or people like me.
Why? Because you don't have your 9-year-old riding in the bike lane on Blue Hill Ave?
Exactly. And I live on Blue Hill Ave and I don't have him doing that.
That's your problem, sis.
Nah.
You need to allow the boy to drive to school on his bike
with his helmet on,
with his helmet and his knee pads, just in case he fall over.
Guess what? Not happening. His mama got a car.
Hibbins was like, "Wow, we gotta slow down." Hibbins, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
Spark
Don't be
FM.
fooled by that bullish. They were paid to be in that video, right? Because they were only talking to the same people over and over. Talk to different people. Talk to somebody who look like me.
Somebody, yes, got to come to my house.
Somebody who eat ribs.
And last but not least, cold weather safety tips. Dress in layers and limit time outside. Check on neighbors, especially older folks. Take caution when using portable heating devices such as space heaters. And cold temperatures can be very dangerous for the unhoused. Call 911 for any medical or safety emergency, just to keep you guys on notice about what's going on.
Thank you.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the national news, which is full of foolishness. So keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when this my heart died. And even though we both came,
Igniting the airwaves, Spark FM.
I me no stop love how the girl them flex. The hand close and make a next girl face. Me no stop love how the...
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
Bam-ba-da-ba-li-li, bam-bam-ba-la-li-doo-doo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who are you? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Saucy and Friends in the Morning on Spark FM Online.
I'm looking at Evan's comment, and I'm just remembering what Mommy said last night.
What happened?
What happened?
Evan said there's no more pronouns. It's just male and female. Mommy last night was like, ain't no more gays. Ain't no more gays.
I gotta love that lady. You go, yeah. Go ahead.
National news.
Yes.
Well, Trump directs all federal diversity, equity, inclusion staff to be put what?
Put back in office.
To be put
on leave.
To be put on leave, and we've already covered that enough, so I don't even want to get into it. Donald Trump's administration moved Tuesday to end the affirmative action in federal contracting and directed that all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion staff be put on paid leave and eventually to be laid off. Is that good?
Huh?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Why you talking? You're just speaking today.
No, I mean, Massachusetts is one of those states that he's way more overqualified. Again, it doesn't mean that you're just because you're black. You know, like if they're not qualified to be there. I don't know. That doesn't affect anybody.
He's saying because that job, the position he's in is a DEI position.
Yeah.
Now, are we eliminating?
Remember Massachusetts? I don't know. No, but I do remember that Massachusetts is one of those who are fighting him on everything. So that's not here. But I actually don't know what that looks like in other places.
The move follows an executive order Trump signed on his first day, ordering a sweeping dismantling of the federal government's diversity and inclusion programs that could touch on everything from anti-bias training to funding for minority farmers and homeowners. Trump has called the programs discrimination and insisted on restoring strict merit-based hiring. The executive order on affirmative action revokes an order issued by President Lyndon Johnson and curtails DEI programs by federal contracts and grant recipients. It's using one of the key tools utilized by the Biden administration to promote DEI programs across the private sector, pushing their use by federal contractors to now eradicate them. That is crazy. Crazy. Musk straight arm gesture embraced by right-wing extremists regardless of what he meant. And is the word gesture or gesture?
I think it's gesture. But it's spelled gesture, huh? Yeah.
Right-wing extremists are celebrating Elon Musk's straight-arm gesture during a speech on Monday, although his intention wasn't totally clear, and some hate watchdogs are saying not to read too much into it. I just want to say thank you for making it happen, Musk said during a speech at the Capital One Arena, referring to Donald Trump's victory in the presidential election. He then slapped his hand on his chest and extended his arm straight out and up with his palm facing down like a Nazi. My heart goes out to you, said Musk after turning around to make a similar gesture facing the other way. Many social media users noticed that the gesture looked like the Nazi salute. Musk has only fanned the flames of suspicion by not explicitly denying those claims in a dozen posts since, though he did make light of the criticism and lashed out at people making that interpretation. The everyone is Hitler attack is so tired, Musk posted on X several hours after he left the stage. Critics and fans alike of the Tesla CEO and world's richest man were quick to react to the gesture. The white flame will rise again, a chapter of the white nationalist group White Lives Matter
God, Jesus.
posted on Telegram. Maybe woke really is dead, white nationalist Keith Woods posted on X. Did Elon Musk just hail Hitler? Right-wing commenter Evan Kilgore posted on X. We are so back, he said. We are so back. The Anti-Defamation League, an anti-Semitism and human rights watchdog, called it an awkward gesture and urged caution in jumping to conclusions. Other extremism monitors and experts pointed out it was unclear what Musk was trying to convey to the crowd of Trump supporters by thrusting his arm out. I'm skeptical it was on purpose, said Jared Holt, a senior research analyst at the Institute of Strategic Dialogue, which tracks online hate. It would be an act of self-sabotage that wouldn't really make much sense at all.
This is so crazy because if it had been anybody else, it would have been the talk of the land. And I don't understand what is to happen. Like yesterday, I had to ask my mother in a side eye, like one eye open and one eye whatever. And she was like, these people gonna fight. He not be able to get nothing done. These people gonna fight him. What people is gonna fight him, mother? Who is gonna fight Donald Trump down to do anything? We don't even got no real heavy black leaders that are less than 80 years old. I don't even know what to do. We don't got no Martin Luther Kings. We don't got no Malcolm X's no more. We don't got none of those. What we supposed to do?
I'm worried for myself because I have evil thoughts in my head.
So
and that's bad, you know?
What you just said is very valid. Is that we grew up with having leaders. We grew up with having black people, leaders on our walls. Who are these kids looking up to today?
Ooh, child.
Who do they
Benjamin
have on their
Crump.
walls? Who's fighting? Who's their revolutionary?
AOC.
At least we even had Tupac.
We ain't got Nipsey Hussle no more to talk some sense into the other rappers. You know, all the rappers are crossing over to Trump
got
land.
Dr. Umar.
No.
He was an idiot.
It would have been Jay-Z if these fools didn't caught him up in all of this foolishness. I think Jay-Z would have spoke for us.
He's been speaking for us. It's still Jay for me.
He's speaking to us through his music, but we need Jay to maybe put down the
Black
music
Mike.
and step big
Black Mike.
Big
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, but Killer Mike still is very, very controversial, especially down there in Georgia when he went against Stacey Adams to promote the racist white man. You know, things like that. We need black leaders who's about
unapologetic.
That black that all the way.
What happened to Cory
Booker?
Where is our girl?
We have
from down in Georgia.
Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, where is she?
Stacey Abrams like y'all doing too much. I can't be here with y'all. And then we have other black leaders like Byron Donaldson that says things like this.
It's going to be that. I mean, when Americans see deportations or repatriations happen, they're going to be like, thank you. When they see the border closed, they're going to say, this is what I voted for. When they see peace starting to like break out again around the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. So and that's what you're going to see.
The black man called the white man Donald Trump daddy. In an interview on CNN, he said, Daddy is back. This the black man that got looked over because he's black and he can't get no DEI position. So what he did is Donald Trump picked everybody. Donald picked the zookeeper over the black man, and this black man is on the line calling Donald Trump daddy. Calling him daddy. I tell you, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Everybody thinks that this man is their daddy.
I literally am at a loss for words with that. And
Daddy's back.
I would like black men to stop being out here embarrassing black women is what I would want. Is what I want. It's you know, I feel sorry for your mother. You know, that's how I feel about what I just heard. That is absolutely the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard come out of somebody who is black-skinned.
Honestly, from our standpoint, this was just set up to be a lunch of two people that I like.
Just reminding y'all.
And I guess they like me. And we're going to have lunch. We're going to talk.
This is 2016.
He said, just, you know, I love
What's he talking about?
Did I?
I don't want to put you in that spot. But.
No, I'm standing in that spot. I love this guy right here. Let me give this guy a hug right here.
Cooning.
I love this guy right here.
Man, be cooning, boy.
Oh, boy.
Went to coon school. Graduated Was it cum de laude?
Magna cum laude.
Cooning and loud. Cooning and loud. Lord have mercy.
Anyhow, people, Daddy's back, so whatever.
I can't. What else do we have here? Trump's embrace of meme coin sours mood in crypto industry. What is this?
Skip that. I don't know.
I don't know what this is talking about. And key career officials at the Justice Department resigned in different positions, the AP source says. So the Justice Department has reassigned key senior officials across multiple divisions as part of the leadership shakeup ahead of the expected confirmation of Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General Pam Bondi. Multiple people familiar with the matter said on Tuesday. Among those moved to other positions inside the department is Bruce Schwartz, the longtime head of the Justice Department's Office of International Affairs, which handles extradition matters, according to two people who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss personnel moves. As many as 20 or so officials have all been reassigned. Another affected official is George Tuskus, a veteran deputy assistant attorney general in the department's National Security Division, who, in addition to helping oversee major terrorism and espionage investigations, has also been a key supervisor in politically charged probes over the last decade, including into Hillary Clinton's handling of classified information and Trump's hoarding of classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate.
He's literally did everything that he accused everybody about, plus more, all the time, every day, and he was able to make it back into the presidency.
Make it right back. Right back into
True American.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Yeah. Grade it up.
A winter storm that dropped a record snow breaking in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Spreads into Florida and the Carolinas.
They said New Orleans hasn't had snow for over 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A major winter storm that slammed Texas and blanketed the northeast Gulf Coast with record-breaking snow moved east Wednesday, spreading heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain across parts of the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, and eastern Carolinas. The weather warning areas include big cities like Jacksonville, Florida, which is expected to see snow, sleet, and accumulating ice into Wednesday. The Jacksonville International Airport closed because of the weather Tuesday evening and said it planned to reopen at midday Wednesday. Schools canceled, classes and government offices were closed on Wednesday. Tallahassee woke to snow-dusted palms and icy streets Wednesday. Lena Rojas and her Dash Petunia had never seen snow like this, far more than the dusting Florida's capital got in 2018. This is like, I don't even know what to call it, Rojas said of the snow. You can see it.
Oh, shoot. I didn't make no snow angels.
This is Florida. Wow.
So it must be fun to be down. I mean, besides the infrastructure that they can't necessarily handle and things like that.
No fun.
But it must be fun to see snow in a place that never gets snow, because in a couple of days it's going to be back to where it is.
Right.
But for like a couple of days, you get to go and make snow angels, get to let your kid go play in the snow and whatever, and that sounds cool.
Do they even have winter coats down there? Oh, well, I got my good winter coats down in Florida. So
they don't probably buy them. That's probably why they always on the damn sale.
I know. That's so weird how they have that down there. But I guess that's for people like us.
But that's also for Florida, and them is a big travel and stuff like that. So
that's people like us for
travelers, visitors.
Mm-hmm. Frequent flyers.
Travelers? What's the word?
Visitors. Tourists.
Tourists, yes.
Commuters.
Yes. Elephants can't pursue their release from a Colorado zoo because they're not human.
Huh?
The court said that. That was the court said. A group argued that the elephants born in the wild in Africa have shown signs of brain damage because the zoo is essentially a prison for such intelligent and social creatures known to roam for miles a day. 5 elephants at a Colorado zoo may be majestic, but since they're not human, they do not have the legal right to pursue their release, Colorado's highest court said on Tuesday.
What is happening?
Oh, so they can't defend themselves.
They can't defend themselves. They can't pursue their release.
Was there somebody that was expecting them to?
This is what I'm saying. Like, did that have to be said? The ruling from the Colorado Supreme Court follows a similar court defeat in New York in 2022 for an elephant named Happy at the Bronx Zoo. In a case brought by an animal rights group, rulings in favor of the animals would have allowed lawyers for both Happy and the elephants of the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs, Missy, Kimba, Lucky, Lulu, and Jambo, to pursue a long-held legal process for prisoners to challenge their detention and possibly be sent to live in an elephant sanctuary instead.
All right.
Okay.
Protect the elephants.
The Colorado court said its decision does not turn on our regard for these majestic animals. Instead, the legal question here boils down to whether an elephant is a person, the court said. And because an elephant is not a person, the elephants here do not have standing to bring a habeas corpus claim, it said in the ruling.
Oh. You don't say.
They said that. All right. Last story, because I'm tired.
I am stunned. I'm rendered silent because what?
My ear hurts really bad.
Go ahead.
What? Say. What? You are a person. You can speak for yourself.
I'll ask you the next story.
You are not an elephant. Fact check. So there were rumors going around, or we were hearing that Donald Trump had signed an executive order about child support, right? And they were saying that Donald Trump said that if a man is paying child support, the woman is not allowed to claim the child on the taxes. You know, we get a child income.
Yeah,
credit
that was
tax,
going
right?
crazy yesterday. People took it.
Yeah.
Boy.
They took it. So fact check, Trump did not sign a child support law that prevents mothers from claiming their kids on taxes. Oh, very good for a lot of mothers, because there were a lot of mothers that were worried about that. A rumor that Donald Trump was signing a bill that would bar child support recipients from claiming the child on their taxes returns has been circulating. It's been 24 hours since Donald Trump was officially sworn into office as the 47th U.S. president. 48 now, right? And misinformation. 48 hours.
Oh.
The misinformation is already swirling around. The president signed a flurry of executive orders that shook up Washington. One alarming rumor on social media suggested that Trump signed a new tax law barring any recipients of child support, which are most likely to be women,
Serrano samples
from claiming their children on tax returns. In the days before the inauguration, a video of two men discussing the supposed new law began circulating on Instagram. Trump just tweeted, "If you put your baby father on child support, you can't claim income tax. Only he can," a man speaking on the video exclaims. When you put your baby father on child support, you no longer can claim your child. Only the father can only one of y'all can claim your child, he continued. If he paying child support, you can't claim the kids, only he can. The men in the video weren't the only ones believing the rumor. A man posted a similar claim in another video uploaded to YouTube, as plenty of others continued spreading the rumor across social media platforms.
And this is the problem.
The rumor got so crazy that there was even like stipulations, and I ended up sharing one yesterday because I just thought it was funny, because they were like, if they're paying child support, the father can now rightfully file. But then somebody else posted, y'all are forgetting that he has to also have the child 51% of the time.
Exactly.
Which is crazy, because if the law was never even stated in the first place, how did we get all of those details?
Right.
You know, like how do we get into dissecting the executive order when there was no executive order signed?
Well, that's the thing. And I do know. So I was having a discussion with a friend of mine who does have his son at least 50% of the time. They split week by week or whatever. I have another opinion on that. And his ex-wife claims the child all the time on the income taxes. And I was like, yeah, that's not fair. If you have him 50% of the time, and he does, you should also alternate year by year or whatever. So he was like, yeah, so they're in the middle, they're going through a divorce, and he was like, I'm going to make sure to put it in my divorce decree. And it was stated in my divorce decree. I have, the way that we split custody of Noah is I have physical custody, full physical, and we split legal. But if it was to be split, then I would have to agree that we would change. But as that being a part of our thing, I claim him on the taxes.
But he's also not on child support either.
He's not on child support.
So that's another thing we gotta think about it in the terms of child support, where the child support usually is not a significant portion to equal to half of the child's living expenses.
Right.
So it was a very weird rumor to be around because just because you're paying what? Some people only paying about 20. I remember a case a couple years ago when somebody was getting $25 per month per kid.
Yep.
And you would expect to receive the tax because you paid $120 a year.
$1,200 a year.
Yeah, like that's what you did. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's very weird. It's very crazy. However, it was just a rumor.
It was
not true. Trump is passing law. If you put the father on child support, you can't claim the child during taxes. Only the father who's on child support. One user began in a post on Threads. I agree with this wholeheartedly, especially for fathers who are in their children's lives. Reactions to the rumor were mixed as posts range from braggadocious by some babies' fathers to shock and concern from others. Many cited supposed posts made by Trump himself on various social media accounts, including Truth Social and X, without linking to or showing screen caps of such posts. While no such law was among the significant number of executive orders taken by Trump during his first day, the fact-checking outlet Snopes also found zero proof of any such child support law. The website combed through Trump's social media posts, particularly leading up to the inauguration, and turned up nothing. As such, we rate this claim as false. There has been discussion surrounding the fact that the child tax credit presently it's just $2,000 for each qualifying child could decrease under Trump's second term if he does not move to extend his 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Legislation's expire date is 2025. Run my 2000s.
I see that also Trump got rid of the medicine cap that impacted the senior citizens.
We spoke about that yesterday.
Crazy.
Yep.
He got rid of it. The lowering the prescription.
He's not lowering it. He took away. There was a cap on it. That Biden and them tried to put in, and he.
Well, they did. They made it so that senior citizens, they would like if it was up over $30 or something.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the insulin had went down to like $30 or something like that. Also, we've been talking about the weight loss drugs too.
I'm sorry, but what would be the reason to not cap the insulin drugs? Why? Because then the drug people can. What would be the reason?
Certain things that I don't understand how that affects the presidency and how the country is run, and I don't understand how that would affect.
It's a money thing.
So does he get
the money?
Back?
Right.
That's
what I want to know.
The country's budget. So the budget, they're probably moving that money around and moving it to something else.
To like police immunity or something like that.
Or to the Space Force.
Yes.
And we did talk about him releasing getting rid of the J6 criminals. Commuting their sentence and
or lowering their sentence.
I don't get, like, I understand the budget, but what would you want to end the cap on prescription drugs that people need? What would be the reason for that? Like, I want somebody on the Trump campaign to explain to me how that affects the overall city. Go ahead.
Long-term impacts of this decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Scott. An economy expert I spoke with says short-term senior citizens will continue to carry the high cost of prescription drugs, but long-term, President Trump's action will eventually benefit the economy and bring those prices down. 76-year-old Dina Deck is on a fixed income, making affordable prescriptions a necessity.
I'm at an age where I'm getting more prescription drugs than ever, and even with a plan, they're getting expensive.
Former President Biden signed this executive order to lower drug costs for people like Deck. It included a cap for out-of-pocket costs and a $35 monthly cap per prescription for insulin or Medicare beneficiaries, meaning some drug companies would have to cover the cost of rebates if they raise prices. But Monday, President Trump ended this plan with the swift stroke of his pen. In his executive order, he outlines reversing Biden's policies will, quote, repair our institutions and our economy, end quote. The lifted prescription cap worries Deck.
The idea that there's no control on it makes me really nervous.
She tells me high cost of prescription drugs has her choose between feeling good or putting food on the table. Finance professor Julio Rivas predicts the economy will do better as the weight is lifted off pharma companies.
This is beneficial because there's more money in the system and there's more incentive for them to do more research.
He says because of that, drug costs could go down in the long run. On the flip side, he acknowledges without a cap, companies could also charge more. But he says short term, people like Deck will be impacted. Deck says she wants to feel like she matters.
I don't see how it could benefit the economy if the people who make up the economy are suffering.
So in the long run, after the people who can't afford the drugs have died from not being able to afford the drugs, so that's when it's going to help?
Why did he say that? Why did he say it takes the pressure off the pharmaceutical companies to do more research? He thinks that the pharmaceutical companies are over there doing more research than they are selling high-priced drugs? Because I ain't never heard the pharmaceutical companies being looked at anything other than predators. I'm confused. I mean, he probably voted for Trump anyways. He seems like the type.
Yeah. That's what I was definitely going to say about Julio.
100%.
Definitely voted for Trump.
Julio got here,
and now he's going to be worried about other things. He's going to be worried about his mother getting deported because she ain't got no papers in the first place.
Because he got dropped off here, so he benefited from the birthright situation.
Exactly.
But now you didn't think about your mama who got to stay here because of you, and now you and your mama gonna have to go back.
Look at that. We just read Julio's whole
to filth.
Life to filth. Goddamn Julio's. That's the national news.
That is the national news. Yeah, that is the national news.
And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, me and Sauce have decided that we are going to switch. I will be doing the local news. She will be doing the national because I can't handle it.
Chris Brown sues Warner Brothers. We're going to go right into entertainment just because of time.
Yes, and he should.
Chris Brown sues Warner Brothers for $500 million after docuseries labeled him a serial rapist and sexual abuser.
Can you believe that? What the nerve?
Defamation.
I hope he gets every single
penny that he sues for.
Chris Brown filed a $500 million lawsuit against Warner Brothers after its investigation discovery docuseries Chris Brown: A History of Violence labeled him a serial rapist and a sexual abuser. I wonder why after 27 years you would come out with a documentary about Chris Brown, who is minding his damn business. According to court documents obtained by Page 6 on Tuesday, the With You crooner accused the producers behind the docuseries, which includes Warner Brothers and Ample, of liberal and intentional infliction of emotional distress through defamatory claims made against him. Brown accused the producers of basing the series on a Jane Doe lawsuit, which the suit claims was previously dismissed because it was full of lies. The hitmaker alleged that Warner Brothers, Ample, and the unidentified female produced Ample and the unidentified female produced the docuseries in hopes of defending him when he spent years repairing the reputation, defaming him when he spent years of repairing his reputation. Brown, who was 35, pleaded guilty to physical assault on his girlfriend Rihanna in 2009. 15 almost 20 years ago. The suit acknowledges the superhero singer has made mistakes in the past, but has since grown from those experiences, and his evolution speaks for himself. Since the docuseries has released in October 2024, Brown alleges his reputation and career have suffered. The Under the Influence singer pledges to donate a portion of the $500 million he's seeking to sexual abuse victims if awarded. Get it? Reps for the Warner Brothers weren't immediately available to Page 6 for comment. The docuseries about Brown was based on a woman who had previously accused the R&B singer of drugging and sexually assaulting her in a $20 million lawsuit. The alleged victim claims Brown raped her while at a yacht party off the coast. Oh, remember that? Off the coast of Miami Mansion. She claims that she had met the Look at Me Now singer on the yacht and was served an alcoholic beverage by him. I don't remember if I saw him pour it, but I just drank it and he hands me another drink, the woman recalled. As I'm standing there, I did start to feel kind of tired and my body was feeling a little heavy. She then alleged that Brown took her to a downstairs bedroom and got on top of her. I couldn't move and I said no, and then I felt him. Next thing I knew, he was inside me. I didn't want want it, and he's kissing me and stopping me from talking. I was so disgusted. Brown initially denied any wrongdoings when Doe filed her lawsuit, and the letter complaint was later dismissed without prejudice due to the lack of representation.
Yep.
I remember that case because she had said that he did all that, and then the next day she was calling him and begging him to come and see her and to come talk to her and answer the phone and stuff.
Yep.
So they literally said that there was no evidence of anything that she ever talked about.
Yep.
And now they're making a whole docuseries based on a claim from a random woman who had no evidence.
Yep. And then they're calling him this serial rapist and all of this stuff. He's never been convicted of anything. And so it's just sue them, and I hope he does get every single penny, because that is awful for somebody to do to someone.
And I also understand why he's suing them for $500 million, because these media companies are going ham right now. They're trying to take down anybody they can, and especially if you're black, you're a target right now. So I think he's doing this for the rest of it.
Even TMZ is doing all of these documentaries. TMZ, why don't y'all just do what y'all do and cut it out?
Exactly. But we do know that TMZ is what was it? Incredible. What was the magazine back in the day? I don't know.
National Enquirer.
National Enquirer.
Everybody wants to know.
Yeah, like it's not. They have some research and credibility to them, but they still very a trashy publication.
Messy.
Yeah. Justin Baldini releases "It Ends With Us" footage of him and Blake Lively.
Yes.
It's a little video of them dancing and talking, I guess.
And I heard that it's not really anything.
It's not really anything. And I heard some other people put it like this seems to be a very frivolous situation where both people are most likely equally as wrong and did a lot of stuff to let the other go ahead.
He just did his lawsuit, $400 million. He's suing Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, her husband, and the studio. And he said that him and his people are putting together a website where they're going to post all the text message exchanges between him and Blake Lively.
Ain't that something that should be exchanged between the judge and stuff like that? Like this
seems
like
really
a market.
It
seems like a marketing ploy or something like that.
But why?
For the movie, maybe to increase the movies.
These are the people.
Thingies.
Yeah.
Because I don't get what is happening here.
Yeah.
It's
really weird, and it's going on too long, and I don't want to hear about it.
This is a person locked up in the basement or something.
Well, he said that him and his family had to celebrate the movie in the basement, but they weren't locked up. But yeah, it was basement talk.
Mob Wives star Natalie Di Donato reported missing after failing to board 2 flights home. Sounds like some mafia shit. She's missing. I would check with the mafia first.
Yeah.
Before we, make it a thing.
Yeah.
Lamar,
just go knock on their door and be like, hey,
do you guys have this? Then
yeah.
No, I was never here. I never knew nothing. We just want to close this case.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar Odom claims drugs were slipped into his drink before a near fatal overdose. I couldn't walk or talk. You slipped it into your drink, Lamar.
Didn't you put the drugs in your own drink?
Lamar, you did it. Lamar, you slipped the drinks in. Nobody slipped them for you. You did it. I'm not gonna further validate your claims.
Somebody came up to him and said,
"Yo, speed."
Sexy Red got in trouble because she posted a picture dancing with Martin Luther King. Martin Luther the King.
I don't understand I don't understand that. I don't think that was a big deal. I don't understand why it was such a big deal.
She and then his daughter Bernice, she wrote to him and to Sexy Red, and she said, "This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil rights, your human rights, and to end war and poverty." So that was a big deal.
What do you think about that?
I don't think that there's a lot of things that Sexy Red does is, makes any sense. So I'm kind of with Bernice on this one. Like, just leave this man. There's so many other things that you could
The reason why
violate.
I don't think that it's a big deal in this circumstance is because it was just Sexy Red dancing with him. It wasn't her twerking on him. She wasn't naked. It was them holding like the embrace.
It's what she represents.
Yeah, I think it's...
No, right. So if it wasn't Sexy Red, then it wouldn't be so bad. If it were...
Right.
Taylor Swift, wouldn't be so bad, right?
Yeah.
But just because it's Sexy Red. But I do also feel like it was it wasn't distasteful.
I feel like
picture. It's just a distasteful person that was in the picture.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like black people don't know how to have certain things of value and keep it valuable, and we have to dumb it down.
I mean, I feel like remember that time we saw that flyer for the Martin Luther King party, and they had Martin Luther King with a gold tooth and
yeah. So, and I was just about to relate it to what Tristan was saying about, the whole Jim Jones thing, how he personally feels that if it's going to be a Martin Luther King thing, that it should be something a little bit more honorable than using it to promote it. And then I guess it's just the messenger, I think, in this situation, because
literally,
Sexy Red has not been known ever for being, an honorable person.
She's a MAGA. She's MAGA heavy.
And then she writes back to Bernice. She says, "You ain't wrong. Never meant to disrespect your family. My apologies. Just reposted something I saw that I thought was innocent." And Bernice writes back, "Thank you for your apology, which I sincerely accept. Please know that it was not my intention that you be denigrated. I value you as a human being. I hope you understand my concerns about the image. I know that my father has become a bit of a caricature to the world, and that his image is often used with no regard to his family, his sacrifice work, or his tragic, unjust way in which he died, a state-sanctioned assassination. Unfortunately, I regularly challenge the disregard. I earnestly wish that people would imagine what it would feel like to see their deceased, murdered father repurposed for party flyers, unjust litigation, etc. All the best to you, young lady." I think that exchange was so great. I think that when you disagree with something, the way that this was handled was very, 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 very classy on both of their parts, which I didn't expect that from Sexy Red, but I even like how Bernice handled it, to calm the fears of, yes, I know that these people out here be putting him on boom boom flyers. That's also disrespectful. But in this time, I thought it was good to use my platform to shut it down if I could. So good for her.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
With that, I
know what you mean too.
Yeah. And something else I was gonna say. Speaking of Jim Jones, did that happen?
Yeah, it did. They just released their video of it. It looked like a really dope event. Like, people who went looked like they had. The Mix just put a. One of those little compilation videos, thingies like that. While Tristan finds that ASAP Rocky rejects plea deal, claims firearm was a prop gun. He's at $1 billion.
Where did that come from? That just came?
Yeah.
You're just saying that it's a prop gun?
Yeah.
Isn't this case mad old?
ASAP Rocky rejected a final plea deal offer on the first day of his firearm assault trial in Los Angeles Tuesday. He also sat quietly as his lawyer said for the first time that the Multiply rapper was only carrying a prop gun, not a loaded semi-automatic pistol, the night he allegedly assaulted a former friend. The 36-year-old Grammy-nominated artist, born Rakim Mayers, previously pleaded not guilty to 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Prosecutors claimed he fired multiple shots at a set outside of a Hollywood hotel during a quarrel with his former high school classmate and one-time collaborator, A$AP Rocky. Born Terrell, if convicted of a charge, he faces up to 24 years in prison. The revelation that Myers plans to call 2 witnesses claiming his alleged firearm was actually a starter pistol came during a heated exchange where prosecutors complained they only learned about the fake gun defense on Monday night, the eve of the long-awaited trial. Prosecutors presented surveillance video captured by a parking garage camera that showed Myers holding what they described as a 9mm handgun. Tony asked this is just now coming out right now, right. And for what? Like, right. This would have been my very first defense. It wasn't even a real gun, so exactly. I didn't shoot nobody.
Exactly. Somebody thought of this.
This sounds stupid to me, and I don't like it.
Sound like a nonsense story.
I don't know. Well, good luck to you, A$AP Rocky. This is all.
No, this is A$AP. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's all right. He got a millionaire girlfriend. She can bail him out.
Billionaire.
Billionaire.
Yeah. The B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that his lawyers are doing what expensive lawyers do. They figure it out.
Yeah.
However, it got figured out. If it was a stun gun I had. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was a taser.
It was a flare gun.
It was a pebble gun that was used in a movie set
Mm-hmm.
of Rush.
Oh no.
Too soon. All right, with that said, we are going to slide on over to the side. Bobby Steele's The Greatest Damn Midday Show in the Bean is coming up next. Keep it locked right here to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are outside and inside with it. Stay warm, people. Stay warm. Bye.
You're listening